Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here, and today we're looking at Cold War by John Byrne. All right, guys, so this is fun because this is probably something not everyone is super familiar with. This is the Michael Swann Dossier, Cold War from IDW, written and drawn by John Byrne. John Byrne, this is from 2012, so I was so far gone from like monthly comic collecting that this sort of fell under my radar. So I think I might have seen it in passing or something. And shame on me since it wasn't like superheroes or Next Men or something like that. I didn't get it till very recently. And I'm so glad I did because that's the best thing about being a John Byrne fan is that he has such a huge catalog of work that hopefully I will get through it all before I croak. And so this is Michael Swann Dossier Cold War. This is like a period piece. This is like he's an M16 agent. It's very James Bond. It's sort of I feel like it's a period piece around I don't know, the 40s or whatever. So anyway, John Byrne had gone to IDW. He published the last of his Next Men. Shout out to Chris Royale for the former editor in chief at IDW for scooping up John Byrne and basically letting him play in his sandbox over at IDW and just do some fun stuff. So this was a 4-issue limited series. I believe there was supposed to be a follow-up. I don't think it ever happened. I don't know if it ever will. I don't know if it had to do with sales or whatever, but this is, at a point where John Byrne isn't like really doing superhero comics for Marvel or DC. Um, and he's over at IDW finishing Next Men and just doing other projects like Star Trek books and stuff. So he did do this. He wrote and drew it. He penciled, inked, and wrote it. It's colored by Rhonda Pattison, and it's lettered by, forgive my pronunciation, Neil Uyatek. We'll go with that. Okay, and it does look like it was sort of based on John Byrne's computer lettering font, but I could be wrong about that. So we begin in East Berlin, and I love the fact that the first several pages are wordlessly written, as I like to say. There are no captions or speech balloons. Byrne lets his magical storytelling do the speaking for him, and that's the hallmark of any great comic book artist is you have to be a storyteller as well if you're going to do interiors. And the goal is to be able to tell the story and have people understand what the heck's going on without even having words in there. And John Byrne is a master of this. So he need not put any dialogue in any of his comics. However, we would miss out on some of the snappy patter that Byrne, maybe he's not known for, but he's known for in my mind. I love his dialogue. It's always like on point as far as being period appropriate, and this is kind of a fun book. So Michael Swann is our lead character. He is sort of like a freelance agent. He does jobs that are too sinister, I guess, for the Majesty's Secret Service, which I find funny because this mission that he's on right now isn't that compelling, to be honest with you. He's trying to prevent this guy from defecting. And of course, since this is a period piece, they're smoking, they drink, they're just like, I don't know, they drink sherry. They haven't, but they probably drink scotch and all that. He has to sleep with his, the person who's bringing him important information because that's what James Bond would do. And of course, he's smoking a cigarette afterwards. I don't know. And then, so he's like preventing, he drives a cool car. He's on the job. He's preventing this doctor from defecting, and he immediately makes a bad impression on his daughter, which they bring up several times, which makes you think they're going to have some sort of a love interest. But spoilers, they don't. I love that she's slapping his hand away. And the women, the femme fatales in here are not like overly attractive, but then neither is he. I mean, he's kind of attractive. He kind of reminds me of Mark IV from the backup series in the X-Men, which I haven't read in forever, so I don't have that information. And for all I know, like, this could be M16, M14, I don't know. Perhaps they're related, perhaps they're not. I don't know. But anyway, so that was the end of issue 1. And then issue 2. So John Byrne's doing, he's had several ups and downs with his arts, mostly ups. It's funny, I say that because looking through this, probably not one of my favorite periods in his art. The inking looks a little bit rushed, although I was reading up on this and he considers this some of his finest work, which is totally cool because I love that he's just like enjoying himself doing this sort of non-superhero thing. But case in point, okay, so theoretically this would be like Kirby Crackle here, and it just looks a little sloppy. I'm not bitching because I love John Byrne's art and he could draw anything, and he's the master, I'm a disciple, and whatever, it's fine. See, I love how dated and sexist this is. Like, he's saving her, but then he accidentally lands on top of her right in front of her father, who doesn't say anything. I'd be like, get off my daughter, you frickin' pervert. Anyway, so this chick, she's like a Russian in disguise as a Polak, and I can say that because I'm Polish. I don't know, I feel like, you know, there were certain, like, man things he was trying to show off in here. Like, this is supposed to be a really cool car, and he pops the hood to show them the engine, and it's supposedly souped up and stuff, and I don't know squat about cars, even though I spent, like, a lot of time in my teens in my dad's garage, working on screwed up old beaters, as he would call them, because, I don't know, I guess it was a coming of age, like, earning your manhood thing to, like, change your own oil or change an alternator or carburetor or whatever, throw in your fancy car word here. I've done it. I didn't love it, but now I'm kind of proud of it in retrospect. That's like a butch claim to fame. Anyway, so she's this Polish spy, but she's really a Russian spy in disguise, and she has this, is her name Edna from The Incredibles wig on? That always works, right? That's never a red flag when someone has a Mo Howard wig on. Anyway, I love the old cars. My dad, since I did spend a lot of time in garages as a teenager, my dad was a huge grease monkey. He totally worked on cars. He loved cars. He could probably name like any car, make, year, model. He would know what all these are. And I have no idea. That I did not get that gene, but I do have an appreciation for it. So there you have that. I do think it's cool. Hell on Wheels. It's funny because I think this is post the period where John Byrne was inking with markers, and it looks like he's using a brush and perhaps a crow quill, because the fine lines are like super, super fine. Like almost like, I can't believe they printed. They're like hairline fine. But it's a lot of fun. So they're having this car race in these old like tiny cars, which is hysterical because he really opened it up and he said it got up to 120 and I think it could do more than that. And I love that they're wearing these like face masks, which is important to the story because there's an interloper here. And then this old stodgy English guy is like, get set, go, on your marks, get set, go. And it reminded me of the car race in Greece, but that is no Cha-Cha di Gregorio, I will tell you that much right now. This is a really cool double page spread, and this is like Byrne just having fun and being like the total like artist that he is, and just drawing the complete, like this double page spread is like the area where they're having this car race, and it's intercut with you know, scenes of them actually going through the race. And I thought that was cool because as I proceeded to get into the scene, I was like, how in the hell are you going to make like a car chase exciting in a comic book? But Byrne did it, because Byrne can do anything. Even make me read a 4-issue miniseries featuring a bunch of middle-aged men and some dumpy women. This is a very quintessential, like, Byrne trope here, like a car exploding in complete silhouette. He used this when Donna Troy's husband, Terry, got into a car accident and got killed with her kids, and that was kind of that. So that kind of reminded me of that. But it goes all the way back to remembering the X-Men when they just defeated the Hellfire Club, and Phoenix was like, "No rest for the wicked, bitches. I'm gonna blow up the Blackbird and explode it, and we're gonna have to fight in Central Park." And the blown up ship kind of reminded me of that. If I'm wrong, I don't know. I could be, but you know, there will not be a quiz, so it does not matter. So that's issue 2. And I guess we should go into issue 3. If we're going to go in numerical order. So this is the guy who's defecting, and that's his daughter, Dr. Twine. Although he's Professor Kemp, and they never explain why they have different last names. And I thought, well, maybe she's married, but if she's married, then why is Michael Swann hitting on her? Because he's a cad. He's a British cad. Petrol. That's a British. This is British, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. John Byrne's British, though. I think he was born in England and then moved to Canada when he was like just a little kid. And that's your Byrne trivia. I'm sure you all knew that. But if you didn't, that's one to grow on. There's just so many good little Byrneisms in here, and I love it. It's like, hello, we've seen this wig before. I know I keep going on about the wig, but hey, cut me a little slack here. But is that not the wig that Cassie Sandsmark used to become Wonder Girl? Let's see, what else? I don't know. It's funny because it's not like super dynamic, the things that happen here. Although there's like a train action, and this woman sneaks into his thing. And at first I thought it was a man, and I got excited because they started making out. But then I realized that it was the Russian chick, and like he goes ahead and has sex with her anyway. That's so James Bond, right? Like someone's coming in to kill you, and then you just screw them and take away their gun, call them naughty, and then put them in their place. Although she'll put him in his place in a few minutes, so don't worry about it, feminists. There's a lot going on here. He shoots this poor 19-year-old soldier and kills him. And he says there's only 2 ages of soldiers, dead or alive. And I thought that was hardcore and hard. Michael Swann is a badass, guys. And let's see, so that was issue 3. So let's move on to the 4th and final issue. But isn't this fun? You guys didn't even know this existed, did you? Or if you did, it's like our little secret. And now we're all part of this club that knows this awesome Michael Swann Dossier, Cold War, John Byrne miniseries from IDW way back in 2012. 2012, yes. And so here's a little recap, which I found funny. It's funny because I'm curious, and here's my art brain working, but it looks like he drew out all the little snowflakes, and I feel like the colorist could have just done that, or he could have done them all in black and had them drop out. I feel like that might not be quite the desired effect he was looking for, but it's actually cool, and I don't think I've ever seen Byrne draw snow like that before, so I'm digging it. You know, this is like right around the time he was finishing up Next Men. And like I said, you know, sometimes the art does look a teeny bit rushed, and perhaps he should have just focused on one book at a time. But I'm not judging, because who doesn't want twice as much Byrne as you can possibly get? Because as I say, John Byrne is like pizza. It's good, even if it sucks. And this panel looks a little rushed here, looks a little sketchy. Although I'll forgive him. Like, if Byrne wants to go a little sketchy with his art, that's fine with me. But this is not a pretty femme fatale. This is the one who broke into his train cabin and made sexy time with him and then beat him up and stuff. And he's already tied to a chair, beaten up, and then this chick punches him. It's like, what a What a twat. Like, why would you do that? Sorry to use that curse word, but it's very British. It's like saying, like, shrew or something. Or douche. Oh gosh, am I making it worse? Oh, this is good here. This is funny. So she's like, I'm gonna call somebody and like whatever. And then he's like, no, you're not. But whatever he does to her, it happens off screen. And her dad's like, you didn't kill her, did you? If you've killed her. So then anyway, I don't know. He just ties her up. They're trying to escape. He's trying to rescue him. Spoilers coming. So Michael Swann, mission accomplished, but not everyone survives. And I don't want to tell you what happens. But this is a fun little gem from John Byrne and IDW, in case you've never heard of it. Cold War, the Michael Swann Dossier. It's like his James Bond taking place, you know, like, I don't know, during the Cold War, I guess. So I'm making myself sound stupid, but I don't care. Anyway, so, and see, then there's Next Men Aftermath, which love that, love jazz, loving the art. The dinosaur looks super cool. I need to read the end of Next Men. I haven't read it. Can you guys believe it? Should I read it? Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of that. Or maybe save it for that. Let me know what you thought of Cold War. Please subscribe to my channel, hit like, and I'll bring you more content later. All right, thanks so much, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.